I hope I'm around when they finally make conservatism illegal. When we acknowledge that, well, you know the old meme? I thought America was a country. No, America is actually a settler colonialist project or whatever. Or no, Israel. I thought Israel was a country. No, that it'd be like, I thought the Republican Party was a political party. No, it was actually a treasonous insurgent terrorist cell masquerading as a party to use, you know, to use legal processes to do more damage to this country than Al Qaeda ever could. You're so evil, man. The U.S. is also a settler colonial project. Yeah, I mean, well, it was, right? Now it's not much of a project anymore. The project's pretty much done. But yeah, it was for sure. The point of gerrymandering is cracking and packing. The districts need to be of roughly equal size, right? The idea is that if you have the ability to write the maps or draw the maps, you have the ability to take these very concentrated Democrat-like cities and diffuse them with a bunch of Republican rural votes. And in so doing, you, even if a state is like 40% Democrat, 60% Republican, you can get it so that all 10 of its districts go to Republicans, you know, making sure that everything gets kind of split apart. Cracking and packing, you know. Yes, gerrymandering named after a guy called Gary. That is true. This is what it would look like if there was a 12-point shift. If there was a consistent 12-point shift across every district in the United States in 2026, Democrats would have 245 seats. Man, even a consistent 6-point shift, good but not good enough. The 245 seats is pretty good. Let's not get crazy with it, okay? Going from Republicans having a 3-seat lead to Democrats having a 55-seat lead is pretty good. It's not going to be a 12-point shift, of course, but even a 6-point shift would be enough. The Senate is way more interesting for next year. We're going to need a miracle to get the Senate. It's not a good Senate map for us. Why is the Senate not good? Because the seats that are up for re-election in 2026 are either ones where Democrats hold slim margins or hold their seat by a slim margin, or it's Republican safe seats. Didn't Indiana already give up on their redistricting, or am I thinking of a different? No, Indiana, they're still going forward with it. Yeah, what you're talking about is dummy mandering, which is you redistrict, you gerrymander with the intention of securing a Republican plus 10 in each of the districts, you know, breaking up the Democrat voters. But if overall the country shifts like plus 12 Democrat, now congratulations, you fucking moron. You've just handed the Democrats 4 close wins. You know? Here's the proposed map. Dude, Republicans are so fucking evil, okay? Look at this. In Indiana. This is the proposed map. I wonder where the tight concentration of Democratic voters is. Thinking about it too hard makes my tummy hurt. Let's take a look at the map. Oh, yeah. Phenomenal. They're so fucking evil, dude. We do love Gary. A bunch of GOP lawmakers have been swatted in Indiana for not supporting the redistricting. Didn't one of the Indiana lawmakers say they didn't support the redistricting because he was literally like, Trump recently made fun of retarded people and my kid has Down syndrome or whatever? That's crazy. Did you not catch the drift earlier? I hate self-interested people so fucking much, dude. It sounds noble in the face value. Like, how dare you, you know, mock the group my son belongs to? It's like, well, what the fuck? You don't believe in anything until it affects you. It's not even affecting you here. Stupid pride thing. Like, you already knew Trump and all Republicans are ableist. Are you fucking joking? Did you think they weren't ableist? I'm ableist. And they're less woke than me. How could you possibly... What? Like, who are you fooling with this? Up until this point, I thought that Trump had shown nothing but respect for disabled people. We literally have an article on... what was that? It was the article with the... Was it people in wheelchairs? Somebody wanted to talk to Trump about disabled people and what could be done for them, and Trump essentially just said, why don't we just kill them all? Yeah, it was Trump's nephew or something like that, or his nephew-in-law or something like that. He was really interested in talking to the president about a proposal to direct federal funds to assist disabled people, and Trump was essentially like, it sucks to live like that. Why don't we just kill him? There was the reporter thing too. Yeah, that one's a vintage meme. My fear of Republicans ending electoral democracy has dampened quite a bit lately, mostly because I just don't think they're competent enough to do that. Every day we get a new thing from the White House, you know? Trump's up there Sieg Heiling and saying, we're gonna do it this time for real. And then a week passes and nothing changes, and it's embarrassing. I don't think they're gonna... I think they want to, and I think they're going to try to deploy the National Guard domestically in an effort to stifle votes and have people like ICE officers are going to be patrolling voting locations or whatever. 100%. I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off well enough to change what's happening. Then again, if they deploy ICE aggressively only in swing districts and just focus on depressing votes in the right place... We'll see. We'll see. There's not enough ICE agents. Yeah, and they're having trouble keeping people on board, too. That might have the opposite effect. Yeah, also keep in mind, ICE agents aren't the only people at voting locations. There are also regular cops. And I have a feeling that would be so... Like, the optics on that are so fucking bad, dude, you know? A bunch of these fucking ICE thug pieces of shit, masks on, like, patrolling around the voting stations in only, like... swing districts and menacing people. We'll see. We're really saved by their incompetence. The Wood Towers video is goated.
New and innovative material that some say could revolutionize the way we build. It's wood. Yes, it's part of an emerging trend. Big buildings, sometimes even...
You guys ever think about how wood is insane and maybe God is real? Yeah, here's this building material. There's a billion variations of it. It grows on its own. You don't have to do shit. It's incredibly strong. It can be shaped easily. You can use steam to press it into place. There's a bajillion beautiful things you can do with it. It has unique properties that you won't get from any artificial materials. It's like there's a bunch of shit that makes it really good for building. And it's for free, and it's everywhere all the time. And it's really huge. It's pretty cool. Bamboo? Well, bamboo is also wood.
Skyscrapers are increasingly being built out of wood, and this is partially being made possible because of a new construction method called mass timber, which joins multiple layers of lumber together to create stronger and more fire-resistant building parts.
Isn't that just plywood?
And that allows you to build a taller wood building. Now, you might be wondering, why does that matter? Well, this could be a way to build with fewer carbon emissions with a renewable resource, and a way to mass-produce buildings in a factory, which could be a more affordable way to build housing in general. But like any new building technology, a lot of questions and challenges remain around how to actually design with mass timber.
Plywood uses veneer? No, you're thinking of particle board. Plywood doesn't use veneer. Plywood's usually just used for like construction or whatever. Particle board is the one that has the veneer.
And make it more widespread. And that ended up being the perfect setup for a competition.
No, plywood is made with wood chips and glue? No, plywood is when you take a board and you shave it, you cut it real thin, and then you stack it and glue them together with the grains at 90-degree angles. So you stack it together. It can be both? I thought particle board was the wood chips and glue one, like the IKEA shit. That's particle board. There's MDF, OSB, and plywood. I think I'm correct, and I'm generally correct. Spiritually, I'm correct. It came to me in a dream, and people are getting mad at me for my good opinions and fat cock, and I'm getting sick of it.
Earlier this year, Urbanarium hosted a deal in South Africa and factory first panels, and then repeats that simple system again and again, use triangular connections to improve the stability of the building, and essentially create timber Toblerones. Another called First Society's Soft City Living, creating twice as much floor space with the same number of pods. And System Econ...
Who's the YouTuber who made a video recently on buildings facing and caulking? How caulking destroyed, like silicone insulation, how it destroyed beautiful buildings? Was it caulking or was it The sealant, grout, not grout. Who was the guy?
Stacks pods onto a mega frame made of mass timber to create the tallest submission at 42 stories. Now, one advantage of the volumetric approach is that you can build more than just the structure to create something a bit more interesting than spaces. Fight the simplicity.
It's all 3D renders. Can I talk about something unrelated? What's the name? Is it Nathan Fielder, the guy who was like, watch me do this trick, and to implement a time limit, I have this machine that will pull my pants down in front of all of these miners? And here are some police officers from the local county ready to arrest me. Was it Nathan Fielder? Well, here's what I've thought. If you were giving a PowerPoint presentation, like something like that, you know, it could be a work environment, school, whatever, and you boot up the first slide and the whole thing is one color, and you were like, this is a picture of my penis, and it's one single pink pixel. And everyone's like kind of like shuffling, like, what is this? It's just like a pink screen. And then you move to the next slide, and now it's 4 pixels of very, very similar pinks. How much could you zoom out before you would get in trouble? Because it can't be just one. Even if it really was a picture of your penis, you can't like get a guy in trouble for a pink slide. That could be a joke. What if it's 4 pixels or 16 or whatever? Like it's not. At what point would you be able to be like credibly attacked for it? You know? Get the lawyers on this. I've always been curious about this one. This is the Dan Henschel bit of adding black squares to his face every day. Yeah, yes, and it's a very right. When does it become blackface? But I'm genuinely wondering, like, at what point? What if it got out to like 128p, but it's still just like kind of a pink pane because it's like a, you know, HD photo. You get me? When it's recognizably a penis from the image alone, I feel like you'd get in trouble before that. I feel like you would get in trouble once it was identifiably like a skin texture. Does that make sense? Like, even if it just looks like skin, a single pink pixel, you point at it, say, that's my penis zoomed in, nobody cares. But if it looks like it's skin, I like, you know, however many pixels that would take, I think that would be enough. It's kind of the Loki argument, right? How do you take my head without taking my neck? What does Grok think? I would love to know what Grok has to say about this mystery. I got my very expensive Alden dress shoes when I went over. I got them in a hurry when I went over to Nashville for the Libertarian conference. Hold on. I have to like Google search myself. Vaush Nashville suit. Yeah, look at this. Look at the shift in so many ways. See, the sartorial expertise, it does come around, you know? You can apply these skills. That's crazy. I still have this belt. Ew. Okay, you can't say ew, okay? You have to celebrate the shift. You can't say ew though, because that's indecent. The hair wasn't great. There were a few things wrong, for sure. Not showing the shoes is fucking criminal. Oh yeah, I guess they're not in the photo. I mean, I have them right here. Oh, that's not them. Oh, shit. I don't have them. I lent them to a similarly foot-sized, friend. If they don't match the belt, they match the belt. Without being mean, if you try to remember back in the moment, did you think you looked good? I don't really think I thought about it that much back then, you know? Like, I think that's the thing. Because, okay, it's all fucking relative, because people glazed the fuck out of me for how I dressed when I went over to DC with Destiny for that one event where we talked to Ro Khanna. But to my eye now, my outfit's really bad. So it's all like it's a relative thing, you know? Unfortunately, that's the problem with like developing a taste. The first victim of a developed taste is yourself. And also like the only victim, you know? Well, one might argue that like there's bliss in ignorance, you know? The more you learn about how the sleeves are supposed to be proportioned to the tie, the more reason you have to get upset with yourself But it's a fun learning process. You raise the bar at that fit, though, for sure. Sure, but it's a relative thing, I think. Why is your shirt collar over your jacket collar? I don't know what I was doing. I don't fucking know. What do you think of Ro Khanna running in the 2020 election? Ro Khanna has been accumulating a lot of good boy points. There's no denying this. And money. Yeah, for sure. He has so much money. Do you mean money in terms of like raised for future campaigns, or do you mean money in terms of like he has just been leveraging his adjacency to Silicon Valley to personally make a bunch of money? Both. He's been saving all of his contributions for something? God damn. Well, here, wait, hold on. I can't show off shoes, but I did want to show this. My ties. I've never gotten rid of any, so some of these are pretty ancient. But I love this tweed tie that I got off eBay from the fine people over at Miller's in Ireland. Isn't that really pretty? The depth of color. And this is an old Brooks Brothers tie. It's not really organized. I mean, it's a tie rack, you know. Need yourself some more rep stripe ties? No, for sure. You seem to really suit the autumn colors. Yeah. What does a bad tie look like? Well, a tie should probably be made out of wool or silk. A lot of modern ties are made out of polyester, so you're not going to get the right. Chips ties are pretty fun with the dogs in them. Yeah, chip ties can be pretty great. What's your take on monochromatic ties versus stripe pattern? Just depends on what you're doing. You know? I've always wanted to have a nice hand-rolled tie, like a 7-point roll, something with a lot of heft to it. Those are expensive, like $300, but the whole thing is hand-stitched, and it's much heavier at the base of the tie, so it drapes better. But I don't wear suits often enough. Suits are not that comfortable. I've got bad news, my friend. They're actually, like, super comfortable. If they're good suits. I'm on that shit. I'm on that doctor recommended shit. You know how when you go to a doctor and you're like, doctor, I have a persistent cough. What do I do? The doctor says, well, obviously this is a respiratory issue that must be taken seriously. I'm going to take one of these and call me in the morning. The these in question? Well, of course. Cleaning up a bunch of mildew in an unventilated room. Oh my God. And my back. The doctors do not say that if you're a woman. Misandry. Your back. It's not a back thing. It's a my chest thing. Jesus, how old are you, boomer? My back hurts. You are 17 years old. You are 5 years away from posting memes on Instagram about how the day of your 21st birthday, when you get out of bed. You're not long, okay? Oh my fucking God. Bro probably sits like a shrimp. No, I sit in a high-quality ergo chair. I was working on... Man, the bathroom... Listen, okay? Are they in chat? Hold on. Okay, they're not in chat. Our bathroom has a bit of a... Like, needs recalking, and the paint needs some primer reapplication. And it takes a while to do, and I said I would have it done by the time they got back. I don't know if they remember me saying that I was going to do that, but I did a little bit of work, and the problem was a lot worse than I thought it was. Fucking melted a hole in the wall. So now I have to, like, double time it. Sounds like your landlord shop, not yours. Buddy, the landlord's the reason why I'm in this place. I was taking off the caulk around the tub. You know what I saw? A double layer. And the outer layer wasn't fucking waterproof. They fucking landlord classic that shit, and the outer layer was not for bathrooms. It's insane. I'm handling this myself. You should buy a house. Yeah. Helldiver devs decided to optimize the game, reduce their install size from 154 gigs to 23 gigs. Fuck, did they have the Yandere sim dev on the team? Were they using like 8K textures for the particles that spray out of your gun every time you fire? What the fuck? Okay. I'm just thinking about the work I have to get back to. I'm refinishing the tub. All right. Now maybe to some individuals that wouldn't be a big deal, but to me, that's a step. Oh yeah. important news, raccoons drunk. They're so delightful. Easily one of the most ensouled species. Okay, but is it a tub or is it a tub shower? Buddy, what the fuck kind of income do you think I have? You think I live in an apartment that has a non-shower tub? Implying that the bathroom has a tub and a separate shower? Holy shit. No, when I'm brushing my teeth in the morning, my right calf is brushed up against the toilet lid, okay? Don't mistake. Do you mask up IRL like Taylor Lorenz? She might be on something. It's not that I keep getting sick. I get sick very infrequently. It's that I have a persistent cough that lingers. You know my costo? The chest injury? I got that because I got a cold once at like 20 that I coughed after for 18 months. And the cough was so bad and so frequent that it injured my sternum. There wasn't the cough did not, like the cold did not last 18 months. The cold lasted 4 days. The problem is the cough's like a self-fulfilling cycle. It's gotten better though since I started understanding like changes to your diet can help a lot. When I lost weight, it got a lot better, which kind of makes me wish I had lost that weight like earlier. Like if I lost that weight before I got the costochondritis, because then I probably wouldn't have eaten. With mold in your walls, how do you know for certain? I think it's mildew, not mold. But also it's just one spot in the bathroom. But I got all the tools, okay? I'm not using spackle. I'm using drywall fill. That's how you know I'm serious with this one. We're not spackling this shit, okay? We're going to do it just like the pros on YouTube, all right? Spackle, fill with the scraper, sand down, fill again, sand down, primer, paint. We're going to do the full... Yeah, we're doing the full, like, handyman routine here. We're doing that shit landlords fear. Bleach that shit first. Already on it, brother. Already vinegar, bleach. I got it in the room right there. Doors sealed. Fans on, dehumidifiers on, heater on. You know? We're taking it serious. I am YouTube Academying that shit. Why are you dealing with the mildew? Shouldn't your landlord be taking care of it? The landlord is the reason there is mildew! You can't... Listen, if I wanted to have a guy go in there and apply a thick, generous helping of white paint all over everything that's already there, then I could do that myself for like $5 in 5 minutes, you know? When you move out, make sure to pour concrete down your drain. I'll keep your argument in mind. I'm just trying not to cough over here, man. I'm just trying not to cough. See a doctor for your cough? I know what's wrong with me. It's a sensitivity at the base of my throat, a hypersensitivity, which is caused by agitation from stomach acid, which is reacting negatively to the food that I eat and sucking too much cock. So if I eat better, my stomach acid is less upset with me, which means the base of my throat... Yes, it's an acid reflux thing, which means the base of my throat doesn't get hit with, fire quite as often. And then the hypersensitivity disappears. And suck less cock. We'll see what we can do about that. Wait, is it unironically dicks? I appreciate your confidence in my ability to suck cock, but when I say base of the throat, I mean here. So unless you think I'm hanging out with some people rocking like 9 inchers and I can take that, look, I've probably made eye contact on the street with somebody who is at least that big, but if I got to know them, I'm just letting you guys know, and I'm sorry to disappoint people who are interested, but you're not getting the whole thing used. I'm sorry. Not even close. Not even remotely close. God bless the people who can... Trump could do that, I bet. Trump is the glizz king. Yeah. Wait, is 9 inches big? Nah, 9 inches is about average. All right. Everyone take care. I'll see you tomorrow. I'll read donos tomorrow. I apologize for not doing so tonight. It's just I hate you. I love you very much. Have a wonderful evening.